What is good, everybody? Man, finally, I was just like, I just went over Transformers number 18, and I was like, you know what? Screw this, man. I'm firing it up, man. We're doing this. I'm gonna react to this. We're gonna make this a thing. I don't know if it's gonna be the same day. I'm just so excited about this Skybound comic series. So, you know, you guys can hang out with me. I'll put it in I'll make a nice playlist. So, you know, I got too much Transformer stuff to show off. Look at this, the Comic Relief Crusader in all caps. Show that scale poster I made. Man, that's in the that's hung up in another room, homie. You're cutting into D-Day Cobra time. I'm cutting into everybody. As is live. Who cares? Why would you even bring that up, Chris? Who freaking cares? Go watch Jeremy. He's like, I'm just excited. Yeah, if there's like 10 people here, I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. I am okay with it. Are you guys ready? First thing we're going to go over is this is so cool. Some of you guys might have seen this. Listen, we're just talking Transformers. It could be boring for some, not politics or anything. This is a fan-made animation. Fan-made animation, dude. Fan-made. This is an epic, dude. You might have seen it. This is epic. All right, y'all ready? Man, I'm so excited. Like, change my YouTube career to just reacting to this stuff live. This will be great. This will be freaking great. All right, here we go. Let's Starscream. Let's go. This just so you know, it's fan made. I think I said this about 1 million times.
What is so important that Megatron summoned me in the middle of patrol?
This orders were to make sure you arrive safely.
It's always another sad, futile plan to destroy the Autobots. If I were leader, we would be ruling the galaxy
I
by
love
now.
it, man. It's so good.
We have arrived. Just keep on going, boss.
What's going on here? Who dares?
I do.
Ah, here comes the boss.
Megatron? What is the meaning of this?
I'm evaluating my new upgrade, Starscream. Seeing that you are here, Commander, I want you to be part of the assessment.
All right. Is this a new show or something? This is a one-off fan-made film. And then we're going to get into the comic book series. I just think this is freaking awesome. I wish more people would make this fan stuff like this. They do such a good job. So, you know, they do such a good job with it. It's freaking, man, 40 people here. Thank you. So many other live streams to go on. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's continue. I kind of pause anyway because of YouTube stuff, you know, like they want you to pause and do commentary if you watch other people's videos. It's just one of those things that's like a YouTube law. So, you know, here we go.
Part of the... Yes, Lord
Megatron got an upgrade.
But what you have me do...
Your task is simply to survive.
Have you fried your socket?
So good, dude.
Let's see if you're as fast as your mouth.
You are a fool for fighting me in the skies, Megatron.
Green Queen.
Is that all you've got? Idiot!
Yo, Smooth! Thanks for the raid, brother!
Get the med base, Ota. We have a war to win.
I love this simply because they have captured the relationship between Megatron and Starscream so well in this fan film. You know, Megatron wanted to test out his new Transformer upgrade, which he doesn't have. You know, it was like, again, this is not canon or anything like that. And so who does he pick? Who does he know out of everyone in the Decepticons that will actually fight him back, that will actually give him a run for his money? It's Starscream. Nobody else would. Everybody else is, they take to the knee. That's our master. That's our leader. That's how it's doing. And Starscream, he knew Starscream. So it's like the fact that these people that made this fan film put this together like that. And of course, Starscream gives Megatron his best shot, and Megatron is just way too freaking powerful. Takes a couple of hits, smiles at Starscream, and knocks him down. That is their relationship. He knows Starscream wants to be the leader, but he also knows Starscream isn't powerful enough to be the leader. But he needs someone crazy like Starscream around to get stuff done. Because at the end of the day, according to, I guess, certain levels of power, Starscream is one of the most powerful Transformers. Definitely one of the fastest. So, definitely one of the fastest. So, Megatron keeps him around. It's such a crazy relationship. And I love it because you don't really see this too much in like villains, you know. Megatron knows Starscream wants to kill him and take over. He knows this, but he keeps him around and keeps him in number 2. Number 2. So good. So good. It is a bit like the Sith. That is true. It's a bit like the Sith. But listen, Starscream is my favorite character, but he is too chaotic to rule. He might be one of the most powerful Decepticons. He is way too chaotic to rule. Way too chaotic. But I think it's that drive that someday he might get it, and the way that Megatron dangles it, it just right. It's a good story. Here I am, grown man talking about cartoons. It's just freaking good, man. And every now and then, Megatron has to show his dominance of power. Every now and then. Every now and then, Megatron got to show, hey, I'm still the top dog, buddy. And the bird comes back and laughs at him. Oh, there's the Starscream I know. Oh, just freaking blast him. Maybe I should have done this on the main channel. I don't know. Too many live streams going on. That's the Starscream I know. Oh, thank you, Stream Queen. I think you're awesome. This is pretty good. Let's give credit to where credit is due. It is on this channel. 87 render. This is like almost a year old now. Yeah. He was like, this is a fan film dedicated to the kids and adults everywhere who spent hours playing with the toys that could transform. I love it, man. Starscream OVA 4K. Yeah, this is freaking awesome. Good on them. Good on them. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We do a little I need to get the when I do like transitions for this live stream kind of stuff. Yo, man, we got 50 people in here on an unannounced live stream. And whoops. This is going to be a long one. This is going to be maybe like 2 hours. Probably about 2 hours. Let's see. I want to give a huge shout out to Swiss Prime, one of my favorite Transformer channel. And Cole Hauser's like, hey, I'm gonna leave it up. I'm not gonna like it, this is gonna be a playlist. But we're gonna go through Skybound, probably 1 through 10, maybe 1 through 9, and then we'll finish up. So what's up, Snow, Greg, Shmoo? Thanks for the raid, buddy. Chris Karan's here, Cole Hauser, B-Man, the Comic Relief Crusader, Spirian. Yeah, this is my gaming. This is my basement channel where it's kind of like my live channel, right? Richard said Lawnmower Simulator. No, not yet. Jose Taco's here. Scream Queen Celine dropped by. Christian Rocker. I know everybody's busy in the middle of the day, but here we are. Salute to you, Shmoo. So anyway, huge shout out to Swiss Prime. If you want to follow him, I'll put his. I don't know him personally. I have no idea who he is, but we're gonna watch this video, so I'm going to. We're gonna shout it. We'll shout him out. We'll do the right thing, and I have to stop in between to give credit. So honored to be here, says Cole Hauser. All right, be prepared. Skybound Comics. They're doing G.I. Joe, Transformers, the Energon universe. Spirian's been reading them. I've been reading. I love them. The new one just dropped. I went through the new one, number 18, and I just was like, all right, that's it. I've been talking about freaking Transformers live stream forever. Now's the time. Here we go. Here we go. Let's begin.
So with Volume 2 being fully wrapped up now, I really wanted to make one huge video showing you guys the full story of the Transformers made by Skybound. And I don't know where I'll put the Energon Universe special in, maybe in between Volume 1 and 2, because I think the actual story takes place after Volume 2, but I think I'll just put it in between the two. But going back to the beginning of the story and seeing this massive story and rich writing that Daniel Warren Johnson has written so far, which really, really makes me want to look forward to Volume 3 and seeing how that story will progress. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So where this initially starts off as we see helicopters and a sunset, and then it shows another photo of the Ark crashing into the earth, and then we see a soldier on the floor with, looks like his eye's missing. And then we also see Optimus with his eye missing as well. And you see Dad, wake up, as you see a rocket launch up. And then it kind of just transitions to what we see Spike and his dad. Which,
remember, this is a brand new series. This is a brand new series that's like starting from scratch, okay? They're using the G1 Transformers. Spider Limit, this is my gaming channel, brother. This is my gaming channel. And I plan on doing like fun live streams over here. So it's just my gaming channel. No politics over here. All right, everybody with me? If you got any questions, send them. Let's have a good time. I know not everybody's into Transformers. It's okay. Jeremy's probably live. Bro Science is live. I don't know when Bro Science is live. Rip is live. There's a lot of great live streams. You'll not upset me. You'll not upset me if you go somewhere else. That's all I'm saying. But if you want to hang out here, hit the like, share it out. People don't know I have this channel. It's all love, man. It's all love. All right.
Which is very cool. And I gotta say, I was kind of shocked that they were going with just Spike and Sparkplug here. It seems like this whole comic line is very G1 inspired, but with its own take. So it is very cool. But you do see Spike looking for his dad and, asking, hey, where you been? And the dad's like, oh, well, I just got here. I was doing some errands. And, the bartender rats him out. Says, nah, he's been here all day. So yeah, and they just keep talking. And you see Spike's dad point out that Spike has a telescope and basically asking, why would you want to remember, as it shows a photo of an explosion? And this person they are talking about, Spike, just says, I'm not going to end up like him, Dad. We see Davey coming in, interrupting the conversation as he goes and offers to take Spike's dad to work as they go on for the night shift. And right before they go, you see Spike's dad say, eventually you're going to have to grow up, Spike. And Spike says, and be like you. And they drive off away as Spike's dad, pretty much what it looks like to be ashamed to be a dad, at least for that exact moment. And as Davey and Sparkplug drive away, we see Carly arrive with her really awesome looking van. As she says, that sounded rough. We then move on to the next page where we see it's later in the night and they are going to go stargazing. You see Spike commenting on Carly's van saying it looks really good. And Carly being, I don't know, it still seems like it's missing something. Not quite sure what it is. And you see Carly and Spike talk to each other about what seems to be the future. As if I were to take a guess age-wise, I'd say they're probably around in, high school, maybe about to graduate or something.
All right, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy.
As Carly brings up Spike's future of trying to be an astronaut and brings up how Cal is the best place to do it. Spike brings up the fact that Carly is looking at art schools and how basically her and her dad are looking and doing their best to make money so that she could go to art school, which is really cool. Carly mentioned that I wish it was easy for you, Spike. I'm sorry about your dad, about Jimmy. And you see Spike say, me too. And then right when that happens, it transitions to them falling down this cliff area, and they fall down and they fall into the ark. And man, this is so cool. This is so cool seeing them walk in to the ark and just see just all the Transformers offline from when the ship crashed into Earth. As again, that's something that happened in the G1 continuity. When the ark crashed, they were all, offline.
That is, so they've been hanging out in the mountain. There's Prime, there's Starscream, there's Bumblebee, you know? Ah, dude. It's experiences. I'm not a fan of Carly. Ah. Turd Ferguson is here. Oh my gosh, we're at 60 people. Thank you guys for being here. 60 Transformers fans. There we go.
And the first one to get put back online was, I believe, Skywarp in the Generation show. I could be wrong. Then you see Carly say, what are those? And Spike says, it looks like they are some kind of robots. As they continue to walk into the ark, they see Jetfire, which is really cool that Jetfire is here. And you see Jetfire say, my fallen friends, it's finally time. Had I enough power to lift this ship from the mountain, I would bring you all home. But I had enough energon to trigger an earthquake and reveal yourselves to me. And he starts to activate Teletran 1 and saying that he has new forms for these Transformers to have alt modes and disguise themselves here on Earth. And the first one to be activated from Teletran 1 is Starscream. And you see Jetfire basically saying, my old friend, I have not seen you for centuries.
Freaking Jetfire brings back Starscream first. Oh, man. All those people are like, Jetfire is awesome. I love Jetfire. Jetfire made the biggest mistake in this comic series. Right there. Right there. The biggest mistake by bringing back Starscream and acting like they're buddies. The first one.
He's right after Jetfire says, thank you for bringing me back to life. He shoots Bumblebee right in the face, dude. Hits them while they are down. I honestly did not see that coming at all.
Bumblebee is gone. First issue, Bumblebee is already offline. Starscream just incinerates him. Just destroys him. And Jetfire's like, yo, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Bumblebee, I can't believe they took this direction. Bumblebee being a fan favorite. Everybody loves Bumblebee. You know, he had his own movie, all that stuff. Freaking Bumblebee couldn't even get any screen time. Gone. First 3 pages. Gone, dude. Freaking gone. I couldn't believe they did that. Like right off the bat. I just couldn't believe it. Right off the bat, man. Freaking Bumblebee.
And Jetfire is grabbing him saying, hey, man, what are you doing? And Starscream is basically saying, I'm doing what I got to do. Do you not see their markings? We are at war for hundreds of years. And the perfect opportunity was right there. And he took it. And as we see Teletran 1 scanning, we see a familiar looking arm. And while Jetfire is trying to stop him, Starscream just shoots Jetfire right in the chest. You have Starscream saying, I'm surprised at you, Jetfire. Showing weakness, what a waste. And Jetfire is saying, no, this is not what I wanted.
Jetfire next. Kaboom! Starscream is on a freaking roll, man. I love it, dude. I love it, man. I freaking love it. Every time I go live and we talk a little Transformers, everyone's like, Jetfire's my favorite. Jetfire made the biggest crucial error of this entire series by bringing back Starscream first, thinking that they were best buddies.
And Starscream just going on and on as he has his null ray facing what it looks to be Jazz. Right before he pulls the trigger, you have Optimus Prime who enters in, pulls the null ray and basically just tackles him, and then he slams him onto the ground, which is amazing. What an entrance for Optimus Prime in this comic. Optimus basically saying, really, man, shooting us while we are down literally offline as Starscream and Optimus are duking it out.
Listen, I love Prime, one of my favorites. Starscream is my favorite. I am not stupid. Starscream cannot beat Optimus Prime. He can't beat Optimus Prime. It's not even close. If they were one-on-one, it wouldn't even be. Starscream would have to do some crazy cheating, which is in his nature, if he wants to even come close to beating Optimus Prime. So it's like, meanwhile, you got these two humans like running around.
You see Spike and Carly make a run for it, and then you see Optimus Prime get up in Spike's face and say, hey, what are you? And Spike's like, I'm Spike. And then right before Starscream's about to throw another shot, Optimus tells him to get behind him. And then we see Ratchet, who comes back online, just kicking Starscream in the shoulder. Starscream gets a real beating, man. He's just getting thrown around. But with Ratchet being brought back online, so does Skywarp. As they start to shoot, they take cover. Optimus rallies up Ratchet and Spike and Carly to go to his trailer. By the way, I find it very funny that his trailer is just really just there on all like the offline Transformers. I just think that's really funny. And as they go to the trailer, Optimus goes and runs to his ion blaster, and Soundwave gets brought back online.
All right, this is a freaking awesome shot of
with Ratchet
Soundwave
brought back
Soundwave
online, so
coming
does
back.
Skywarp. As they start to shoot,
It's
they
freaking
take cover.
cool, man.
Optimus rallies up Ratchet
I don't
and
hate
Spike and
Soundwave
Carly
either,
to
man. I
go to
think
his
Soundwave is
trailer.
awesome.
By the way, I find it very funny that his trailer is just really just there on all like the offline Transformers. I just think that's really funny. And as they go to the trailer, Optimus goes and runs to his ion blaster, and Soundwave.
There you that's freaking cool. That the arc is putting them all back together, and Soundwave is like he's up there. I see you, Cole Hauser. I'm a scientist, not an executioner. Skyfire to Starscream in the G1 cartoon. Hanging around 60 people hanging out with me going over Transformers. I hope you guys enjoy it, man. I hope you guys enjoy it like I enjoy it.
Gets brought back online and says extermination protocol active as he shoots his shoulder cannon at Optimus's feet, knocking him into the floor with a big explosion. And then you see this emotional scene with Optimus saying,
oh, there it is. One of his best friends. Look at Soundwave Superior in the chat. Best part is Bumblebee is dead. His face is completely melted off.
that Bumblebee was shot in the face. And I'm guessing he's dead here, as Optimus says Bumblebee, oh no. And Spike, witnessing this, he realizes that the Autobots are the good guys. He realizes that Optimus Prime is the good guy here, because you got to know, Spike's just thrown into this whole situation. He's not really going to understand.
There's Starscream screaming, saying, you mourning over. I mean, this first episode just went like crazy. It's like they didn't waste any time. It's like no talk. Everybody's fighting. Everyone's being brought back to life. And immediately, the first thing is they're in a fight. The first freaking thing. They're in a fight. It's like you get brought back and you're like, what the heck is going on? And like, you got to fight. It's done so well. So now Starscream is like, Soundwave, you got to help me. Ravage is activated.
You know, who's the good guys? Who are the bad guys? As Optimus holding Bumblebee, Starscream grabs Optimus by the neck and starts to, it looks like, puts him in a chokehold. And Starscream says, look at this fool mourning over the weakest of them all. And as Soundwave unleashes Ravage on Optimus's arm as he tries to reach for the ion blaster, Spike goes in and rushes in with Carly to push the ion blaster to Optimus, and Optimus just shoots. And I mean, like, just shoots Ravage, like, right in the freaking face, dude. Ravage is down for the count.
Look at this. Skywarp, just die already. Ravage is done. Ravage is just like annihilated at this point. He's dead. All right. So we already got Bumblebee and Ravage just completely gone, man. Like completely gone.
Optimus breaks away from Starscream, dodges from Skywarp's stomp, gets up with the Ion Blaster, and says, "I'm sorry, Teletran. We are outnumbered and outgunned," as he has to make the ultimate sacrifice and destroy Teletran 1. And man, this art right here, this whole page of just Optimus shooting Teletran 1.
Yeah, so he's got it. So nobody else can be brought back. All right, just a couple characters. So there's Skywarp. He's dead. So I'm like the first issue, number 1. First issue.
Optimus and Ratchet telling Optimus we're loaded up and ready to go. And you see Optimus run out of this explosion holding Spike and Carly. He's just so freaking cool. And as they are running out, they essentially transform and roll out. And man, I really dig these alt modes. Like, I like how Optimus' alt mode looks. I like his trailer. I like Ratchet's alt mode. It is very good. You see Spike and Carly freaking out as they're about to essentially drive off a cliff, and they do, but they do land. As they land, they are still being followed by Starscream, and you hear Ratchet say, "What in Spark's name is in your cab?" And Optimus saying, "I'm not sure. These small creatures must be natives of this place." And you see Carly say hi to Ratchet as they are still being chased as Starscream's in the hot pursuit along with Skywarp. While Starscream and Skywarp are still in hot pursuit, we see Jetfire gets up after taking a meaty blast from Starscream, and he gets up and helps Optimus and Ratchet escape, but while also taking another big, huge shot. And Skywarp essentially crashes, and this is...
I said Skywarp died. It wasn't Skywarp. All right, there we go.
Due to them having low energon reserves, as them being reactivated from Teletran 1, they still don't have enough energy reserves to really do any of this. So everyone's going past their limits here, and Skywarp is one of the first ones to just kind of poop out here. And then we see on the next page, they do end up going to this old quarry that Jimmy and Spike used to sneak around as a place of, kind of a resting place to hide from the Decepticons, and just not really where anyone can see them and be hidden. But as we go and we see Jetfire, and after taking another shot, it looks like Jetfire's just not really going to make it here. So to all the Jetfire fans, I am so sorry. As we see Optimus go up to Jetfire, and Jetfire says, "I am gravely injured, Optimus." And these two have a conversation with each other, reminiscing on how Optimus was in his younger days and how long Jetfire has been gone, trying to find a way to help and restore their planet. And as Optimus brings out his Matrix to try and heal them, Ratchet brings up the fact that the Matrix can heal, but it can't stop the inevitable. You have Jetfire apologizing, saying he didn't know that Starscream and the Decepticons were going to do what they did to the Autobots. As I believe I have to read Void Rivals here to really understand Jetfire's place. I think that's the chronological order here. So expect the Void Rivals coverage on the channel, because I'm really interested and intrigued here of how long Jetfire's been gone. So definitely keep an eye out for that on the channel. So when we see Jetfire ask, "Is there any hope?" and Optimus just says, "I don't know." And then you have Jetfire say, "I have failed my mission. Cybertron will die. Everything will die," as we see Jetfire die out. We then go back to
Jetfire. Gone. Freaking gone, man. Bumblebee. Jetfire. Insane, dude. Insane first issue.
To the arc, and we see Starscream demanding Soundwave to fix Teletran 1, and Soundwave saying he can't fix it because it's beyond repair and they need Energon, as he has already sent Laserbeak to scout for resources, and they are now receiving coordinates of possible sources of Energon. And everyone kind of looks at Starscream here saying, like, you go, and Soundwave brings up the fact of the harvesting is up to you. It's what Megatron would do. And before he finishes that sentence, Starscream cuts him off. You have Starscream get up in Soundwave's face and says, "Do not say his name. I am the leader of the Decepticons now." Which I gotta say, this is a very interesting take. It seems like Starscream finally got what he wanted. Starscream, for the most part, in all Transformers continuities, has always tried to get leadership, always tried to be the leader of the Decepticons, has always tried to take down Megatron, and it seems like he finally got what he asked for, and it's definitely not what he thought it would be. We then see Spike's dad and Davey talk to each other. Davey basically, saying, hey, I care about you, right? And you see Spike's dad say, shut the hell up, Davey. Basically shutting down this whole conversation of just, look, man, I'm good. Spike's good. And, Davey keeps pressing on and says, Spike needs you, your support. I know it's been rough, but Spike's dad basically lashes out on basically saying, what do you know about it? Have you gone through what I've gone through? And this is just, Davey's just trying to be a good friend here. And because of Jimmy being dead, it's just kind of hard to open up to these type of things, especially with anyone when it comes to losing, grieving. Everybody grieves differently, and it seems like for Spike's dad it might be one of the worst cases here. You see Spike's dad get up in Davy's face and says, you should keep your opinions to yourself. And before that conversation even finishes, we see Starscream coming into this power plant and basically just mocking the Decepticon, saying, go by yourself, they say, do all the work, they say. Well, I'm tired too. And as you see Starscream just ripping this power plant apart, trying to get energy, you see Spike's dad and Davey trying to run for it. And then you see Starscream look over to Spike's dad and Davey as...
Oh, man. 50 people here. Thank you so much. Midday live streams, man. On a channel that a lot of people didn't even know existed. Pretty awesome. Starscream is going to grab a human.
Starscream grabs Davey and says, are you the creatures that live in this place? As Starscream grabs him and says, so fragile, and he squishes him to death. He literally grabs him with his hand and squishes him to death. And Spike's dad sees that and...
Are you currently caught up on Transformer? Yeah, I'm up to 18 now. I know. That's what happened. I finished 18. I was like, I'm too hyped, man. We got to do, even if like one person shows up, I got to do this Transformers stream, He freaking kills people by squishing them. He's like so pathetic. Starscream, man, look at my guy. Oh, it's so good. It's so freaking good.
Horror. So where this picks up is we see Optimus during the daytime as he walks out and admires how beautiful Earth is. And I mean, he ain't wrong, because dang, man, this planet really is beautiful. Anyways, Optimus is enjoying how beautiful nature is, but when we see a loud crunch and it turns out that he stepped on and killed a deer, I mean, he just straight up just stomped on it. Like, we see Optimus is very upset because, I mean, it's Optimus. It's not like he just stepped on it and was just going to be like, oh, anyways, nature is beautiful. But yeah, Spike comes in and tells Optimus how it was an accident and how he saw the whole thing happen. And Optimus brings up how Earth is very different to Cybertron, as one is very dense and metal, and for Optimus, the ground doesn't shake when he walks on Cybertron or leaves prints like Earth does for him. And Spike never really thought of it like that, considering, well, Spike has only been on Earth. And then we see Spike and Optimus keep talking more about Cybertron, and Spike asked Optimus how he got his name, which, by the way, he explains some juicy details on Cybertron and how the primes work. So Optimus explains how the prime part of his name is passed down from previous leaders and how he is at the top of the Autobot hierarchy, which we know by now is how it genuinely works for primes being the main leader of the Autobots when it comes to, the Transformers mythos and how that works. So it is just cool to see that the Skybound comics are pulling from that and having, Prime still be top dog of Autobot hierarchy.
I love it how Spike was just like, it's just a freaking deer. We run them over in our cars all the time. Oh, man. So good, man. But like this is where Optimus learns how fragile life is on Earth. And so you get a little history lesson starting to set the tone as to what happened. Remember, this is basically a complete reboot of Transformers, like complete reboot. So even though they look the same, even anytime I hear Prime talk in the comic books, I have
what's funny,
his voice. The same with Starscream and Megatron and everything else. So
About Spike asking Optimus how he got his name, Optimus also asked Spike how he got his name, and Spike is just like, well, when I was little, my hair was sick up, and my mom would call me Spiky. So, yeah, there you go. That's how Spike got his name. And Optimus just simply replies with, "What is mom?" Which is honestly really adorable for Optimus to say that. Spike then explains how family is, and Optimus explains how he is also familiar with the concept of family. And Spike asks Optimus where he is from and how he got here on Earth. And boy, oh boy, we get some more juicy Cybertron lore. Okay. So Optimus tells Spike that he is from the planet Cybertron, which is a beautiful planet on its own, harsh way, and how it was like that for only millennia, and how before his spark came into being, there was peace. Which, by the way, I find really interesting how peace on Cybertron was a thing before Optimus came into play. Maybe this means he was Orion Pax. There was peace on Cybertron, and he just means like when he was reborn as Optimus. Or perhaps there was just war going on when Optimus was around, even before he was a Prime. Anyways, Optimus tells Spike how his species, the Cybertronians, were consumed by greed and power, and implies that maybe that greed and power was always there since the birth of Cybertron. But Optimus disagrees with that point and says that it just came out of nowhere with the greed and power from the faction called the Decepticons. Which, I mean, we're all familiar by now who the Decepticons are and what their motives are. And Spike asks Optimus, one of the Decepticons was the big red and gray one. And Optimus responds with how Starscream is one of the many that the Autobots have been fighting for centuries, and says, among others. And dude, we see Megatron right there looking ominous as hell, bro, which is so freaking cool to tease Megatron. Like that. Oh man, it really does get me excited for the special issue, what seems to be a prequel of probably what went on in the arc between Optimus and Megatron. Optimus then continues to talk about how due to the war, they lost a lot of Autobots, and it got so bad to the point that they had to leave Cybertron to find a new way to retake Cybertron, which is very on point for the Transformers mythos for the most part when it comes to the beginning of the story as to how they ended up on Earth. We see Optimus explain how when they were in space, the Decepticons purged their arc, and then we see this awesome fight between Optimus and Megatron, which is so freaking cool, man. See these two duke it out like this. It's so cool to see these two duke it out, especially in this art style. But Optimus brings up how the last thing he saw was Earth right before the arc crashed, entering its atmosphere. Spike replies with how they crashed into the mountain. That's where Spike and Carly found them. And Optimus brings up how if it wasn't for Spike and Carly, they wouldn't have been able to escape, which, I agree. Maybe, good old fashioned, the touch starts playing and Optimus starts to go ham on the Decepticons, maybe could have clutched up for everyone without Spike and Carly. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Spike tells Optimus how he is sorry about Bumblebee and what happened to him, and Optimus just replies with the word family. And then what we see on the next page is boom, Cliff Jumper, who I gotta say, it's really nice to see again. I mean, like, I'm only on issue 2 right now, but
Cliff Jumper, man, like in the G1 cartoon, it was Bumblebee that got most of the love. Cliff Jumper was kind of there, but he didn't really get the love. So I love that the writers are kind of like, let's switch it up just a little bit, Let's switch it up a little bit and let's bring in Cliff Jumper. Let him get some love, Now, this whole time, Megatron can't be found because Megatron has been captured by Cobra, and Cobra was going to try to figure out, like, how they can, like, either reprogram or use his whatever to build a weapon. So Megatron is like, he's got no eyes. His eyes have been plucked out. It's freaking crazy.
I hope this guy doesn't die right away, because that seems to be the current trend with Cliff Jumper, who just appears and is awesome and then dies. So I really hope that this isn't the case here. But we see Cliff Jumper and Optimus just straight up dap each other up and talk how nice it is to see each other again. And then we see Cliff Jumper freak out because he sees Spike. And Spike also freaks out because, well, he sees Cliff Jumper. So we see Spike reach out his hand to shake hands, and Cliff Jumper backs up and says, "We are not there yet, my man," which is really funny to see Cliff Jumper react like this. But we didn't see Carly, who comes to meet Cliff Jumper as well, and Cliff Jumper also freaks out and is like, "How many of you are there?" Which is very funny that Cliff Jumper is reacting like this. Like, I'm glad we're seeing another Autobot who is a little bit more, funny with it, a little bit more like, quippy. So it's just nice seeing Cliff Jumper react like this. And then we see Carly throw a rock at Cliff Jumper and calls Cliff Jumper out, basically saying how it's also crazy and new for Spike and her to see metal robots walking around talking, which I mean, honestly, is a very good point. And Cliffjumper sees it that way as well as they shake hands and reintroduce each other, which I find really funny that this whole interaction between these two even happens at all. So I don't know. There's something about when it comes to like other Transformers meeting the humans, and it's just like very awkward. It's just very just funny to me. We then pick back up at the quarry as sort of their headquarters for now, as we saw the quarry in the last issue, as that's where they ended up going to escape from Starscream and Skywarp. So this is just kind of like their headquarters now. And we see Ratchet mention to Optimus how when Jetfire scanned and gave everyone new modes, he also made sure to keep intact their Cybertronian technology, meaning Optimus's trailer is still able to be a repair bay, and using leftover metal in the quarry slowly one by one, they are starting to come back online, which is really cool that they are using Optimus's trailer like this, as this is a callback to Optimus's G1 toy that had the little repair bay with his trailer, and we see the little roller in there as well, which is just really cool that they're doing that and giving it its purpose again. We then see Ratchet go on to explain how they used all their Energon to fix Cliffjumper and how they are all out, and Spike and Carly ask, what is Energon? And if it's like food for them, and Ratchet answers saying it's exactly how that works, and that's what keeps them alive and how they need a massive amount to bring the rest of the Autobots back online. We see once again Optimus offer to use his Matrix to bring back online the remaining Autobots, and Ratchet brings up how the power of the Matrix is linked with Optimus' spark and that the risk would be too high. Cliffjumper also mentions that if they're running low on Energon, so then it's the Decepticons. And next page, we are picking up the destruction that Starscream left behind at the power plant, and where we saw Starscream kill Davey right in front of Sparkplug's eyes. We see a cop is basically just trying to understand the situation and just writing everything down, trying to gather what happened. And we have this one guy tell the cop how it was a giant robot that came and destroyed the place, and the cop doesn't really believe him at first. And then we see Sparkplug speak up and say how the guy isn't lying and that the robot did come here and was saying, look what they did to Davey, and that's how Davey died. And the cop says, all right, well, we'll get some detectives over here. And Sparkplug, rightfully so, tells the cop that, no, man, we need to send the army here, no detectives. Forget protocol. We need the freaking army. As the cop starts to, tell Sparkplug, that's not really how that works.
I'm at the comic shop. Hey, thanks for the first super chat of the day. I'm at the comic shop now. Which one are these? This is the Transformers Skybound. This is issue number 3, I believe I'm on right now. Image brand Skybound Energon Universe. Oh, I'm still on number 2. Yeah, Spirian wrote it correctly. He tagged you. Skybound Energon Universe. The volumes 1 and 2, I think, are available on Amazon. These are one of the best-selling comic books out there, so,
And Sparkplug goes back and forth with that. Before any of those sentences get finished, we see Skywarp and the other Decepticons enter the scene again. And they're back at the power plant to siphon more energy and turn into Energon by using an energy converter that was in the Ark. And as they're using the energy converter, the cops are shooting at them, thinking, their bullets are going to work. And as their bullets aren't really doing anything, shocker. I mean, what would you really expect? And as the cop gets closer, we see Starscream just straight up just stomps.
Dude, I love this, man. Look at that. Starscream's like, these freaking pesky insects, man. Leave us alone. Leave us a freaking alone. He just stomps on them. It's like, we're trying to do something here.
On the cop, right in front of Sparkplug's face. This poor guy just can't catch a break. But once we see the energy converter they get from the Ark is done, we see that the Decepticons are feeling back up on Energon. And on these next couple pages here, man, oh man, things get hyped. Okay, so we see a fighter jet and these pilots are just talking as they are on their way back to the base. and they suddenly pick up something from the radio. They go and check it out, and as they are talking about that, going to check out what's going on with the radio, Soundwave then picks up this communication and that they are sending countermeasures, and Starscream gets excited and starts to go as he says, oh, the squishes are trying to fight. I have to see this.
Squishies.
And then we start to see this fighter jet with these pilots versus Starscream. And man, oh man, these things get really freaking cool here. So as these two jets sort of start to duke it out with Starscream and these two pilots, these two start to go at it, but not very long, as Starscream does take the upper hand. And I mean, I would hope so. This is Starscream we're talking about. And once the fighter jet was able to get behind Starscream, as they had a shot directly locked on Starscream, right when they were about to take it, Starscream transforms and just knocks the jet back and laughs, saying this is fun, which is honestly such a dick move by Starscream. But as the jet is starting to spiral out, we see Frosting the pilot, who's the main pilot of the jet, start to pull the eject, and they end up getting off. But unfortunately for Frosting, he wasn't able to escape, as while he was ejecting to the sky, Starscream catches him and just says hi.
Yo, that's so good. Killing more people. Hi. Splat.
Before completely squishing him to death, which, oh my god, Starscream is just a walking war crime machine. But as the other pilot sees his partner get squished and screams, Starscream goes to this other pilot, and this pilot, shall we say, starts to clutch up as he turns his parachute into a jetpack, loads up his pistol as he completely dodges Starscream's punch, and then gets on top of him with an angle and just lays the biggest FU shot to Starscream's eye. And because Starscream got styled like that and can't see, he retreats like a little baby, and we see Starscream retreat and say, whatever, stupid humans, you'll all be dead eventually. And we see on the name tag of this pilot that made that shot was in fact Duke. And bam, I did not expect that type of crossover for G.I. Joe, man. That was awesome and very subtle. And now this makes me want to read Duke now, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways.
Yeah, there it is. So there's the first G.I. Joe crossover. It was Duke. Shot Starscream in the face. Starscream retreats because that's his nature. He retreats, and then that's so good, man. It's so freaking good.
As we go back again to the power plant, we see Spike's dad. Sparkplug starts to get in the police car as Skywarp starts to hunt him down and starts to mock him. And as all that's going down, we see Soundwave warn Skywarp to look out, as right behind him we see a jet lay down an airstrike right on Skywarp and Soundwave. And I just love Skywarp's reaction is just, oh, because I mean, how else are you going to react to something like that? We then shift back to the quarry as the Autobots and Spike and Carly see the explosion from the power plant, wondering where the explosion was coming from. And Spike and Carly put it together pretty quickly that it is in fact the power plant, and Cliffjumper points out that it is as well Decepticons who blew up the power plant. And as Spike starts to worry, we see Optimus Prime get...
Yeah, you got a little quick shot here of Starscream. Yo, what's up, Bruce?
ready to go in and stop Decepticons. As he tells Spike, the Decepticons will not waste any time, and they will take all energy to make Energon anywhere they can get it and do it by force. Ratchet warns Optimus that they need Energon more than fighting the Decepticons, and Optimus replies with, "We have no choice, and I brought our war to this beautiful place. Even if by accident, it is my duty to now defend it." Which, by the way, what a hard line for Optimus to say right there. But as Optimus gets ready to go by himself, he tells Cliffjumper to stay with Ratchet and protect the offline Autobots, and Spike tells Optimus he needs to go with him so he can see his dad and make sure he's okay. Optimus denies this, but Spike says family, and Optimus agrees to take Spike. As they get ready to go on the next page, we see Carly drive back to her house because she also wants to go see her family, and then we see Laserbeak scan Carly's van from when we saw earlier, showing off they're using the leftover metal from the quarry and stuff. So Laserbeak scans that, and we pick up on Sparkplug going to this house, opens up a case. Then we see Carly walk into her house asking where her dad is, and Sparkplug grabs her. And as Carly's freaking out, asking where Spike and where's her dad, Sparkplug responds with how they killed Davey, that they killed your dad. And
dang, Carly's dad is squished by Starscream. Yo, what's up, Wicked Megatron? Starscream, dude. It's all Jetfire's fault. It's all Jetfire. Starscream just came in just wrecking everything. Kills Bumblebee, kills Jetfire, kills Carly's dad, kills a bunch of humans, starts a war with G.I. Joe. It is crazy, man. It's all Jetfire's fault. All of it. Can you imagine like coming home and be like, yo, where's my dad? My dad got squished by Starscream and died. That's insane, dude.
And you see Carly freaking out as she just learned that Davy, her dad, was killed by Starscream, which, we knew that back in issue 1, but as she's freaking out, we see Sparkplug start to comfort her and asking if it was a robot that killed her dad, the, red and gray one, Starscream. And as Carly's asking all this, Sparkplug starts to freak out because he's wondering how does she know about the robots, and then he starts to ask if Spike is okay in them. And as all that's going down, we see Laserbeak break into the house and start to attack Carly and Sparkplug, which is really crazy. We knew that Laserbeak was tracking Carly, and to see Laserbeak just come into the house like that is just really crazy. But we do end up seeing Cliffjumper come in and save the day. And Cliffjumper being Cliffjumper and his luck, when he tells Carly that he was following her and saying that he was making sure that she was okay, we see Sparkplug just shoot him at the face with a shotgun. And this is just so funny to me because seeing this type of interaction with humans and just seeing, Cliffjumper get blasted in the face with a shotgun is actually just amazing. He didn't even think twice. It just blam, shot him. And while Cliffjumper gets knocked down, Sparkplug grabs Carly and they drive off, even though Cliffjumper is a good guy. And we know Cliffjumper is not after them. We then pick back up at the arc with Starscream and Soundwave, and it turns out the energy that they were harvesting from the power plant wasn't enough energy to fully bring back their Cybertronian technology. And because of this, Starscream gets super pissed, and just like any bad leader, Starscream lashes out on Soundwave as Soundwave mentions Megatron, and Starscream once again gets all mad and upsetty spaghetti hearing Megatron's name. But out of that interaction, Soundwave brings up how Laserbeak found an Autobot signature, and Starscream sends out Skywarp to check it out. We shift back to Carly and Sparkplug as they go to the bar that we saw in issue 1 for some extra help, as the internet is down and any sort of technology in the city is down due to the Decepticons jamming everything. So they really are just working with what they got. And we see Sparkplug go to the bar, and we see him and other people at the bar squad up as they are ready to go on the attack in case the Decepticons or any sort of other Transformer comes their way. And I say that because Carly tells Sparkplug that Cliffjumper is one of the ones that Spike and her spoke to and are the good ones. And Sparkplug responds to her and says, "I've been in war, Carly. It doesn't matter whose team they're on or what glorious cause they fight for."
I love it that in a when there's stuff going down, it's like the neighborhood good old boys get together and get a bunch of their homemade guns, and they dress up like soldiers to defend the town. It's so good. Look at the good old boys and girls all together.
When the shooting starts, people die, which is a good point, and we'll come back to that in a second later. But I mean, come on, man, you guys are outsized, outgunned, and outclassed, and we see that in the next page as we see Cliffjumper come back to saying how maybe we might have gone off on the wrong foot, and starts to apologize. And before he could even finish that sentence, we see Sparkplug once again started blasting on Cliffjumper. He literally wasted no time, and we see Cliffjumper just say "what the heck" again. As I mean, this hurts Cliffjumper, but it's not like something's gonna like actually put him down. I mean, the LMG is gonna hurt, but it's nothing crazy. Before anything else with that interaction goes down, we see as it gets even more escalated as we see Skywarp enter the scene. And remember when I said they were outgunned?
This is just, I love, I think this is wonderfully drawn. This action, man. He lands down. He's got the smoke behind him. You got the people just shooting at him. He's looking at Cliffjumper. He's like, yeah, I know. I got to kill Cliffjumper. I think it's freaking cool.
Outclassed and outsized. Yeah, this is what I meant. And the rest of this issue really is just action. We see that when Skywarp starts to cause a havoc, just kicking around the guys from the bar, sucker punching Cliffjumper. It is not his day. And we see all this going down. We see Robo Jesus himself, Optimus, driving with Spike, going downtown as they see Skywarp, and they start to double time it to his location to stop him. Next page, we see Skywarp just throwing cars and kicking people from the bar around and commenting on how Starscream was right. It is a total blast, and we see Cliffjumper on the floor after taking a beating from Skywarp. And what we might think is the final moments from Cliffjumper, as Skywarp says, prepare for the black insect. And we see Carly step in, telling Skywarp not to kill him, as Skywarp laughs and saying, what are you trying to do, protect him? And we see Optimus just rush into battle, and dude, we see him take down Skywarp. And Optimus Prime transforms, getting ready to fight Skywarp, and he tells Spike to get to cover. Both of them start to trade blows, and dude, okay. So if you didn't know, Skywarp is one of the main secrets in the Transformers, and his core ability is to be able to teleport from point A to point B, just a simple teleportation ability. And we saw that first in the G1 cartoon. And the way Daniel Warren Johnson uses Skywarp's ability is so cool here, man. He basically opens up like a rift of sorts and is able to send his arm, or I guess anything else, through.
Yeah, there it is. So he teleports his arm behind Optimus and pulls him down because, yeah, he's creating like a rift in the universe. That's how he's doing his teleportation. So that's a little different. It's still pretty cool. It's also crazy that Skywarp thinks he could take Prime and he goes all in after him.
The rift. So it's more like he's sending a portal to another point A and point B instead of just sending himself from point A to point B. It is really cool. And we see Skywarp just straight up grab Optimus from the back of his head and just slam him on the freaking floor as Skywarp takes the upper edge in this fight. And we start to see Optimus charge up his hand. And dude, if you don't already know, sit down. Let me tell you something. We see Optimus charge up his hand and picks up Skywarp and basically rock bottoms him. But we see Optimus charge up his hand in Foley, and we see the infamous Energon axe. And dude, the art here is amazing. It is freaking amazing. We see Optimus Prime drop one of the most rawest lines ever by saying, "You fought hard, Skywarp. Let us be done now." But unfortunately,
I love that they brought the axe. I love it. I always thought like the axe and the ball and chain from Megatron, like the Energon axe and the ball and chain, was going to be something like like something like really cool. And I think they used it like in a couple episodes as kind of like whatever. And they didn't, and now it's like become a thing that they have that as a weapon. I think it's so cool. Cole Hauser says they only use his teleport ability 3 times in the cartoon. How many times did he use the axe in the cartoon? Just once, right? Once or twice? It's so cool they made it a thing. I love it.
before we see Optimus and Skywarp, the group from the bar launch an RPG on Optimus's arm, and then Skywarp shoots Optimus' arm, resulting Optimus losing his right arm and his really cool axe, which sucks. So Optimus gets knocked down, and Skywarp and the idiots from the bar start to shoot Optimus, and we see Spike run in to save Optimus, and Spike gets shot from the crossfire. Optimus and Sparkplug both freak out, and Sparkplug tells everyone from the bar to stop shooting. And while this is happening, you see Skywarp mock Optimus and say, "First him, now you." And before Skywarp even finishes that sentence, we see Optimus tackle Skywarp. And this is when Optimus reaches a snapping point, and he says, "Your kind has played enough with this planet." And he just rips his arm off and uses it as a weapon, man. This is so freaking metal. This whole issue is so metal, and I just love it, dude. Optimus uses his arm as a flail and just starts to just beat the living crap out of Skywarp, using his arm as a weapon, picking him up and throwing him down, and the fight is officially finished as Optimus is the victor of this fight. But with this victory, it did come at a cost, as we do see Spike on the floor bleeding out. And when we see this, it shows the deer that Optimus stepped on back in the beginning of issue 2, and Optimus starts to get really upset and distraught, and we see Optimus pick up Spike, and as Sparkplug freaks out, telling Optimus, "What are you doing? Give me my son back." We see Optimus offer to take Sparkplug with him as well. as they are going to go and try and save Spike. And this picks up after the events of issue 3, and we see Starscream encounters Skywarp, and Skywarp is not looking too good after taking a beating from Optimus last issue, which was dope. And Starscream wants to know where the Autobots went, and Skywarp tells Starscream that they went up east to go save Spike. We didn't see Starscream leave, then we cut to Ratchet, who is trying to bring Wheeljack back online, and he gets a transmission from Optimus saying that they need help, and Optimus tells Ratchet that Spike is hurt and bleeding out. And as Optimus telling Ratchet that he gets interrupted by Starscream firing at Optimus. And this leaves Ratchet to make a decision between helping Optimus or bringing back Wheeljack. And ultimately, he chooses to help Optimus. We then see Starscream corner Optimus, and as Optimus is ready to gun it forward, we see Cliffjumper ask Carly if she wants to ditch, and Carly stays in the car and says, "Are you kidding me?" And we just see Cliffjumper sweep the freaking leg Johnny. We see Starscream getting knocked over, and then we see Optimus completely just run over Starscream. And Starscream yet again takes a beating. And we see Optimus thank Cliffjumper for the help, and they both go drive away, avoiding any more conflict from the Decepticons. At least for now. As they take Spike to the emergency room, and I love this part on how they are just dropping off Spike and Sparkplug, and you just see Optimus transform and say, "Please help my friend." And the doctors are just confused, like, is that a robot? but then we get interrupted by Laserbeak, and Laserbeak starts to rain down fire on Optimus and Cliffjumper, trying to protect Spike and medical staff and shooting back Laserbeak. But in the midst of them shooting Laserbeak, Rumble comes in and blitzes Cliffjumper, knocking him down. And Soundwave then blitzes Optimus, saying the most typical but awesome Soundwave line, saying Optimus inferior. And just as
there it is, Optimus inferior. Man, it's like Prime hasn't caught a break, man. He's trying to help. His arm gets ripped off. He beats off somebody with his arm. Starscream smells blood in the water. He's like, hey, we got to get him. We got to freaking get them. And look at my man, Clyde. Clyde coming in with 5 gifted memberships to the channel. Here's some Rose Tico for him. Thank you, brother. Thanks for supporting this live stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Optimus inferior. Starscream says, wait. He's like, why did you hesitate?
Soundwave is about to pull the trigger on Optimus. Starscream told him to wait. As Starscream looks around and realizes this hospital is what fixes, as Starscream calls, the squishy ones. We see Starscream start to mock Optimus, saying that he is pathetic and he can't believe that Optimus would bring the ants to a place to get repaired. Starscream then starts to shoot the hospital, interrupting the doctors from trying to save Spike and cutting the power from the hospital, leaving people untreated. And as Starscream is laughing, being a complete menace, we see Soundwave warn Starscream of reinforcements. And dude, oh man, okay. Let me calm down. So we see Ratchet say, Jazz, do what you do best. And boom, we see Jazz back in action.
I love it, dude. Starscream trying to kill everybody, man. You know? It's freaking awesome, man. Now Jazz is coming to save the day. So one by one, these Autobots are getting repaired in this tunnel and just showing up at the right time. It's freaking awesome, dude. It's freaking awesome.
And we see him in his beautiful Porsche alt mode. And the GOAT says, time to change up this tune. And we see Cliffjumper get excited as the Moonbase 1 bro is back. And we see Jazz start to amp up, counting 2, 5, 1, taking down Starscream and Soundwave with ease. And let me just say, I really like how in these comics, we see a lot of the Autobots use like wrestling moves. I don't know. It's just really cool that they use.
They do a lot of wrestling moves in this comic book.
Takedowns. It's just really cool to me, and I really just like how Mike Spicer draws them. Anyways, once the cons take a beating from the GOAT Jazz, we see the Autobots take the upper hand, and Optimus asks them, "Should we finish this fight?" And as Decepticons, being Decepticons, they retreat. And I just love this image right here. We see Cliffjumper flipping off the Decepticon as they retreat.
Yeah, look at Cliffjumper with the middle fingers. What's up with that? How does he even know what that is? That's so funny, man. Freaking little cliff jumper could get stomped on by any one of those guys. Prime with the one arm.
Which is amazing and spot on for the character. We didn't switch back to the hospital as the doctors tell Optimus that the power is still out and that they have stabilized Spike for now, but they need power for him to be breathing, and that it won't be just Spike who dies tonight. And as Sparkplug is comforting Spike, telling him it's going to be okay, we see Optimus observe this interaction, and without even thinking twice, Optimus opens up his chest, unleashes the Matrix, and let me just say, this looks dope. I don't know. Anytime we see Optimus use the Matrix, it always just looks dope, man.
That is Optimus Prime to a T. Optimus Prime to a T. Self-sacrifice, 100%. Never thinking of himself, ever. Ever. They got him right. They got him right. They got Starscream right. And I'm blown away. I don't want to spoil it if you're like gonna follow along with me when we do these. So, you know. I see some new people in the chat I haven't seen over here on this channel. Lady Marine is here. C&D Design showed up. My man Bill's in here. Chris, have you read anything else for DWJ? Nah. Not yet. I'm keeping it slow. Between this and Rippaverse, this is what I'm reading. And then I'll probably end up, like for G.I. Joe and others, I'll probably just get the volumes. So I could just catch up in one big thing. So Season 4 of Headmasters, Optimus sacrificed himself to save Vector Sigma. Yeah.
But when Optimus unleashes the Matrix, Ratchet warns him, no. And Optimus responds with no more death, Ratchet. Even if it comes at a price, no more death. With the power of the Matrix unleashed, we see it completely restore the power in the hospital, and they rush to Spike to the ICU, thanking Optimus for what he has done for the people in the hospital. We shift back to the Ark as that's where the Decepticons have been hanging around as their hideout, and as Soundwave brings up how it is the second time they have failed in their mission, no goal and no conquest, only destruction. He asks Starscream if that's all he has in mind for as leader, and Starscream, once again being a bad leader, he doesn't take any accountability and tells Soundwave that it's his fault for not fixing Teletran 1 and how they need more soldiers and that everyone that is on the ship is offline and that are useless, and how he needs fixing as well. Soundwave then tells Starscream again that they do not have the materials needed for repairs and only exist in Cybertronian technology. And we see Starscream and Soundwave just being desperate as ever, staring down the damaged Skywarp. And they just rip him to shreds for his remaining energy for repairs. And man, that is metal. I did not honestly see that coming. I know this comic's been like very like gory, but like I honestly did not see that. They're just staring Skywarp down and they just rip him apart for energy, which is just so freaking crazy.
Skywarp. Skywarp is done, man. Skywarp is done, bro. We're only in like episode 3. Freaking crazy, man.
Anyways, we go back to the hospital and we see Sparkplug talk to Spike, telling him it was difficult for him when he got back from the war. How he wanted to protect Spike and protect him from where he grew up. And that's why he moved out here to start over. And he mentions how the world can be cruel and how he can't see the good anymore. At least not since the war and not since Spike's brother.
The enthusiasm of this flip through is great. Love it. Glad you picked this video to go through. Oh, no problem. Welcome to the channel. This is normally my gaming channel where I play games. But I want to do a little live streaming Transformers. I'll probably just go for like 2 hours and like make a playlist and try to keep this up once a week.
He tells Spike that he feels like he's infected. He can't remember how to see the good and how he isn't there to remind him of the good. And this is just one of those situations on how war can really affect people and how much of an impact it has on people in many ways. And for Sparkplug here, it just seems like it's really impacted him a lot. And we've really seen that plenty from Sparkplug so far in this run, especially, considering in the first issue how we saw Sparkplug act when it came to Jimmy. And it just seems like Sparkplug now really is just a glass half empty mindset. But as Sparkplug finishes talking to Spike, we see a kid from the hospital asking Optimus if it is true that he can turn into a truck. And this is such a wholesome scene here. It is very adorable as Optimus responds saying, "Indeed, it is true." And the kid asks Optimus if he can do it. Optimus replies saying, "I'm a little worse for wear, but gladly." And we see Optimus transform, and the kid acts like pretty much how any of us would react, saying, "Oh my god, that is awesome." It really is like an adorable little scene. And when we see Spark,
This is like, to me, this scene right here was kind of like a callback to a lot of our childhoods. When Transformers first came out, it was such a unique toy. Yeah, we were kind of like exactly like that kid. Oh my god, this is awesome. We wanted them all. That and that's like when I read through this, I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. That's me when my neighbor or my friends, like, they got a new Transformer that we saw in the cartoon, and it's like, which one do you have? And they're like, oh, I got Blaster, I got Jazz, I got Sunstreaker, I got this, and it's like, oh man, freaking out, let me see it. So definitely the writers like kind of knew this. They tapped into like the child mind of who we were for those that were Transformers fans. So that was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Sparkplug confront Optimus, we also see Optimus transform back, and the kid's like, "Oh, he can turn back too." But Sparkplug asked if Optimus saved Spike, and Optimus says that it wasn't him; it was a gift that he was sharing that was given to him many years ago, meaning the Matrix. And Sparkplug asks Optimus if he can do it again because Spike is in a coma, and Optimus probably saying how he used every bit of what the Matrix was left. And this isn't the first time we've seen something like this where the Matrix is kind of empty. I believe the first time we saw it in media was Return of Optimus Prime Part 2, when Optimus unleashed every ounce left of the Matrix, curing everyone in the universe from the hate plague, and then having to refill it up again with wisdom, which is a really cool concept. And let me just say, that alone is just one of the many reasons why I love the Matrix and Transformers media. But anyways, we see Optimus bring up how it is up to the Great Spark, and Sparkplug responds with, "Don't you mean gods? Don't you fall into that category?" And Optimus responds, and he honestly chuckles here, which I find very cool for Optimus' character, as he says he can say the same thing to Sparkplug, and Sparkplug responds saying, "Nah, man, I'm nothing, compared to you." And Optimus responds with, "True, small, but still mighty." And let me just say, I really got to tip my hat to Daniel Warren Johnson, as he has really captured the essence of Optimus in these comics. Like,
Agreed.
he's very fatherly-esque, but he's also stoic. It's a
Agreed.
nice blend, and he really captures the Optimus' spirit really well, especially in this issue. And we'll get back to that in a second, because we shift back to the quarry with Optimus in his trailer and Ratchet, and we see Ratchet isn't too happy with Optimus, telling him how it was reckless to unleash the Matrix because the Matrix is linked to Optimus' spark, and Optimus doesn't really look at it like that as a big risk, and says that he had no choice. Saving an innocent creature and not doing anything about it just isn't how Optimus is. And Ratchet responds by saying how they are not innocent, saying, "Look at what they did to their own kind, how they are prone to anger and destruction." Optimus responds with, "Just like us," which is a very true statement from Optimus. Again, capturing the essence of Optimus Prime. But before that conversation continues, we see our goat Jazz start to run out of Energon, and how Ratchet brings up how he barely had enough Energon to bring Jazz online to help Optimus and Cliffjumper. And unfortunately, our goat goes back offline, and Optimus tells him, "It's all right, you did well, and you can rest now." And I am very upset by this. I need more Jazz, and more media, please. anyways.
Jazz isn't like they went offline because they ran out of energy. They did such a great job in making the Transformers in the beginning of this series like always on like 5%, like on the iPhone. So it kind of limited their power, you know? So it's like they couldn't be full, but they have little instances of when they're at full power when they're fighting. But the majority, it's like they're all so weak throughout this whole thing that they're trying their best to kind of keep it together. Just like Jazz. Jazz came in, saved the day. They don't have any energy on. It just started. You're darn right. I blame Jetfire. This is all because of him. Well, Teletran 1 was blown up. And then the Decepticons took a piece of Teletran 1 to try to convert energy.
Ratchet brings up to Optimus on how they need to start thinking for themselves, and that if Optimus dies, we all die. And that happens, what's left of humanity? What will be left once Decepticons take over? And Optimus responds with, they are always worth saving. Everything is. And again, this moment where Daniel Warren Johnson nails Optimus's character of just, you know, the whole aspect of freedom is the right of all sentient beings, which is really awesome, man. Again, hats off to Daniel Warren Johnson, but we see Ratchet mention how he can't heal Optimus or anyone else until they find more Energon. But he mentions how they have one more thing that might help them bring back the initiative. And Optimus closes the trailer and says, no, he can't use this. And Ratchet brings up how he has no choice because Optimus is wounded. And if you're wondering what he is talking about, you'll see in a second. And we see Sparkplug tell Optimus how he has an idea on how they can get more energy. The next page, we see Cliffjumper comforting Carly on everything that has happened to her and her dad. And he asks Carly if she's doing okay. And she responds with, how's that even a question? Cliffjumper tells her that he knows what she's going through. And this is some really cool background lore info on Cliffjumper as he tells Carly that Starscream killed his
freaking Starscream killed my entire clan. Freaking Starscream, dude. If Jetfire had resurrected anybody else, we wouldn't be in this situation. Anybody else. And freaking Starscream kills Cliffjumper's entire clan. That's crazy.
Entire clan, like literally just wiped out his entire family. And then the next day he joined the war. And that is just really insane. Just thinking about it, like just Cliffjumper having a whole family and just Starscream just wiping them out. And then the next day you're just signed up for the war, ready to like fight back. And Carly asks Cliffjumper if it ever gets easier. And Cliff comforts Carly. But then we see Optimus enter this scene. And dude, oh my God, dude. Okay. We see Optimus interrupt this conversation and ask Cliffjumper, how do you feel about going on the offensive? And
they gave freaking Prime Megatron's arm. They gave him his freaking arm, dude. That is unreal. That is freaking nuts, dude.
boom.
Doing this now. Where's my Starscream link? Oh, my StreamYard link. LOL. We're just reacting, brother. We're just gonna watch like reactions to it. They're gonna have a figure with him and Megatron's arm. Man, you gotta send that to me, man. Where's my Starscream link? He said I've been saying Starscream so much.
We see Optimus with Megatron's right arm now attached to him with the fusion cannon. And dude, this looks amazing, dude. This looks so good. We then shift back to the Decepticons dragging Skywarp, who is still somehow alive. And we see Starscream say victory and how he is a Decepticon leader today and tomorrow and forever. And boom, we see Megatron frozen in ice. And that is how the issue ends.
Megatron is a freaking mess, dude. What a mess. His eyes are ripped out. He's missing an arm. Frozen in ice. No one knows where he is. What a mess, dude. See, I like it because they didn't start off the Transformers like brand new and fresh, right? Like they just floated down to Earth. The Transformers are messed up. Like they're broken. They can't repair themselves. And I think the writer did such a great job in putting they did such a great job in having that in the story to where it limits them. It limits the Transformers so they can be, each one can be beat by certain things, and that they're already pre-damaged. And it's just like everything just happens so quickly. It's like they got brought back online. You sent me a DM of the figure. All right. I didn't even know they released a picture. Let's see. Oh my goodness. What do you think that's going to cost? Yo, that's freaking sick, man. That's pretty sick. $100 likely. Jay, that will most likely be at Transformers convention. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I can't believe how gritty the series is. Just finished the second volume. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when you look at it, the right people got the rights for Transformers. I can't speak of G.I. Joe. I only read some of the Cobra Commander series. I'm just kind of like stuck in the Transformers series. But they have done the correct thing with my G1 Transformers. They figured out how to like tap into their like emotions. They keeping it dirty and gritty and like raw. It's like it's so good. So there are 18 issues so far. Yeah. 18 just came out. $18 just came out. You sent me something. It's always scary when people say they send you something to look at. I got nothing. Oh, there it is. How about this one? Is that like a 3D print? What is that? Yeah, that's pretty good. This is one of the best stories for Transformers. All right, let me show y'all something. Whew. This comic book series has rejuvenated my love for Transformers. Like unbelievable. So like they have if you don't know Coffin, you know, here we go. So they've done like variant covers. So of course I had to get my man. That's one of the covers you can get. That's issue number 1. That's pretty cool. I got all the Starscream covers. I got all of them. They're not that expensive either. They're not that expensive. This is another Transformers number 1. Man, the reflection is rough. Yeah. I have the other ones like open so I could read it, but this is also another number 1. It was a 9.9. Look at that. Look at that Starscream, dude. It's freaking awesome, man. It's freaking awesome. Can you send me the link to get those? I don't have the link. I don't have the link, Steel Egg. I don't have the link. You have to go to a comic book store. That's my OG number 1. Here's the original number 1. Right there. That's pretty good. They probably won't be worth. I don't know if they'll be worth anything, but I like the Starscream covers. I picked this one up. This is a really cool cover. It wasn't that expensive. Man, the covers, like the reflection is rough. This is like a fan, like another variant. Freak. That's pretty cool. Chat says, Jay, sometimes I watch your streams, not see if these mostly, but I think my computer froze because of you pausing. I don't know. This is a great stream, by the way. Love the Transformers, Laura. Sorry about it. Yeah, this is foil. And of course, I got a Yairi 10. Look at that. This is probably the greatest Transformers cover, and it's not Starscream. One of the greatest comic book covers of all time, right here. Right here. The original series Transformers number 5. Shockwave, dude. This is awesome. One of the greatest comic book covers, if not Transformers covers of all time. Right here. Right there. Hold on, we got a couple more. Some people gave me some stuff. Guys, had to get my collection over here. There we go. I don't know if the camera will stay. But here's like this was an awesome gift right here, number 15. Starscream on the cover. I'm not gonna do this every stream. I'm just kind of like, we're getting started, you know. So that's pretty cool. Another great cover, number 14. Starscream. 80 people in here. I love it. Then we got like Transformers the movie. These are like did you give this to me, Cole Hauser? I think you sent those to me. And then I haven't gotten into the Duke yet, but I have Duke Volume 1. So there's that. There's Transformers Volume 1. So there it is. That's pretty good. Not done yet. These are all the they're so they're so squished. Like I don't want to wreck them, but yeah, these are all the they're so cool, man. Look at that. Look at that Starscream. Number 7. They're so good, man. There's Prime, like Prime's dead. There's number 5. Look at this Megatron cover. Ah, it's like classic Megatron. That's so good. Jay is so not Starscream. Maybe I am like Starscream and you just don't know it yet. There's number 3. Look at this. Look at this Soundwave cover, number 2. It's so good, man. So good. Why is 80 people watching me look at covers? These are from the class. Look at this number 1. Out of the not graded. Then we got the other one that's not graded either. Freaking awesome. I like that. What else we got here? Yeah, here's the Cobra Commander series. Oh no, this one too. There's another. That was another gift. That's freaking awesome. Where's your Starscream tattoo? I don't have one. And I gotta put all this stuff back together. Look at this bad boy right here. With the gold edition on there. Oh, it's so good. Come on, man. There you go. They have so many multiple covers that you could pick from. There's like 90 people here. This is a Starscream book you can get that has like his best work, like the different comic books. So I gotta carefully put this stuff back. This Cobra Commander. The Cobra Commander cover is pretty freaking sick, man. That's freaking sick. They did a great job with that. These are all my Cobra Commander comics right here. Put those up very carefully. And then like, yeah, Pirates of Darkwater, one of my favorites. How are we doing this with 90 people watching? This is freaking crazy. Be very careful with this one. This is a silent edition. I paid $150 for that. Look, the tag is still on there. Pretty cool. Very carefully. Look at this one. Anybody have this one growing up? Freaking Secret Wars. All right, now we're just going into like a bunch of random. I think I have some books up there. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. What is this? Oh, there we go. This is the best one right there. The best one. Then I have like every single issue of Indiana Jones. Every single one. It's not about Transformers anymore. I rolled the I just rolled the chat over. I just rolled the rack over here. There's my Rippaverse stuff. There's Horseman. Good stuff, man. All good stuff. All good stuff. There you go. There you go. Jay the Collector. Jay has a good looking Starscream back there. Yeah, there's Voltron. There's a Voltron. What is this? What kind of stream would we turn this into? Voltron Funko Pop that was a gift. There's like a bunch of Starscreams right here. Another one right there. These two up here. And then some of my there's some more graded comics right there. I think these I'm going to sell. Those graded comics that I took out, I'm going to sell those. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell those. Probably just put them on like eBay. So, yeah. Bragging Rights featuring Jay. Nah. Simple collection. Like you can see like right here, I got pirate stuff. That's an old Mickey from 2006. The Mickey Pirate. They don't make that stuff anymore. Then the second thing is like all Indiana Jones. And then there's the Gina statue. That's all Goonie stuff. There's Starscream that my artist drew. There's my play button from my Dying Drunk 3PO channel. Another little Frogger arcade. So yeah. Jay could have an auction. I love this stuff, but yeah, you know what? Eventually, I probably will sell a lot of it. I'll sell a lot of it. And don't forget this fine young lady. Don't forget this fine young lady right here. Pirates of Darkwater did a 9 comic book run, and they were great stories. They were side missions, had nothing to do with the cartoon. Clausa said, I'll never sell mine. Hey, respect. There's probably a few things I probably never ever would sell, but I got duplicates of like some of these comics. That's why they're down there. I ended up getting duplicate. So like I would own let's say I like I'll just grab this one. This is Pirates of Dark Water 2. So let's say I owned a graded number 1 and it was like a 9.0 and then I ended up getting a 9.8, so I have 2. So it's like I don't need the 9.0 anymore. You know what I mean? So like that's how that works. So those are like extras from, these are years in collection too, man. Like you're talking 15 years I've had those things just sitting in a box. You can see some of the graded action figures down there too. And those are card collections. So years, man. Years. And when you upgrade, like that's what I have over here. So like here's Pirates of Dark Water number 1. This is probably worth $10, man. Like it ain't worth much. But I think I have another Pirate of Dark Water number 1 that's a 90. So it's like you get a 94. This ain't that much. So yeah, so then I got the silent one, then I have the one that's open. Probably my favorite G.I. Joe comic of all time. Yeah, She-Hulk number 1. Jay, have a Tron cabinet play stream, please. Of the Tron, I'd have to get the camera over there. This thing's probably like $75. It's not that much. It's not that much. We got the Tomb of Dracula, first appearance of Blade. Here's the best one yet, man. Achromatic Chronicles Blue, baby. Achromatic Chronicles Blue. Star Wars number 1. 9.6. Probably worth $100 now. Anyway. That 4RK 1-Up 8 retro game 8 piece is awesome. Yeah. Okay, now Jay's just flexing. Nah, man, it's nah. It's not as expensive as people think. It's not as expensive. I don't know when I'm gonna do Az has more toys and money. So does Gary. Yo, what's up, brother? What's up, brother? This is Bruce's comic. That's pretty cool. What's up, Hypnotic man? I hope you're well. Really fun stream. I don't know when we'll do the next one, but I'll try to do them every week. This has been a great stream, Jay. Yeah, man, it's just a bunch of us hanging out. Flexing would be Jay pulling out that 8.0 G1 Starscream. How about an 8.5 Ultra Magnus? How about that one? How about we do that? Hangout streams are the best ones. Yeah, man. Yeah, we don't want to be too serious. Hail Hypnotic. I thought I saw an Ultra Magnus. Oh, you guys are making. All right, hold on. Hold on. I think this one is like pretty. I think this is pretty. This one was pretty cool. This was like the anniversary. If you didn't know, it came out with the comic book, which I haven't opened, the Prime Transformer, the voice box, and the DVD of like the first 3 episodes, I think it was. So yeah, all in the box. This used to talk too. So this was a gift from my brother years ago on Christmas, like years ago, and I'd never opened it. I probably could get this graded, but it would be graded really low because it's been beaten up, you know. But the fact that it has like a re-edition comic book, the Transformer, a voice box, and a DVD in there, it's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. But the chat comes in here talking, sends money to everybody else but me. That is Optimus, Jay. That's Optimus. That's Optimus. All right, chat. I got you, man. I got you. I got you, Optimus. There you go. There's the Ultra Magnus. There's the grade up there. Oh, no, back there. 85 plus. The chat. It's all love, brother. 85 plus. There you go. You want to know how I got this? You guys will never know how I got that. It's all lucky. Just being luck. Slow Zamboni for $1. We were at the con with Gina Carano in Columbus. The guy that had this was a massive Gina Carano fan. Had like 5 minutes. And he was like, Can I get a selfie with her and an autograph and stuff? He goes, dude, I'll give you this for a few $100. Because I had it in my hand and I'm like, wait, you're gonna sell me this for like $200 if you can meet Gina and get a selfie? I said, I'll be right back. I asked her, I was like, hey, this guy wants to sell me this. She goes, of course, Jay. So I brought him. She did that. So basically it was a gift from Gina. Very nice of her to do that. Very nice. Very, very nice. Comics Dad is in the chat. Yeah, she didn't have to. She could say no. She could have said no. I would have been fine with it. Comics Dad, he said, these are my number ones. That Decepticon one where they're all like standing there like buddies, like for a group photo is pretty cool. That's one I don't have. There's freaking Prime, like, wrecking Starscream. Like, Starscream looks so small. I think I found the Butter Dish C&D Designs for 2. Hail all. Still have to send you that Omega J. Yeah, maybe I'll take it home with me when I go to Toronto. How's the training going? I hate it. I hate it. Tomorrow, another session. I hate it. But it's going. Almost 100 people in here? How come you guys weren't here when I was showing the video? When we're just sitting there chilling? Y'all showing up? All love, man. All love. All love. Let's see. I got tagged in this. That's pretty funny. Energon drink, preferred fuel of the Transformers. I can't wait for Jay to punch a guy. I can't even imagine it. if I get cleared by a doctor, I don't want to like get in a ring and be like, you could get seriously injured. Your whole life could change forever. School just ended. Give me a break. All right. Respect. If I get into the ring, it's just going to be like headgear. There's going to be probably rib gear. So don't expect anything crazy. Look at this. Look at this picture right here. This is from, it's not spoilers. It's not spoilers, but this is from the latest comic book. It is so freaking good, dude. Jay, you have more likes than viewers at the moment. Yeah, people come and go. People come and go. Yeah, I was only going to go 2 hours. So Starscream and his man Bruticus was fighting Devastator. And Devastator's fighting Bruticus, who is, you know, if you watch the cartoon, Bruticus was like created by Starscream. It's so good how they like Bruticus is like, I'm here to help you, my master. So like they still kind of did that in this comic. Not going to give out spoilers. Freaking Devastator grabs Bruticus by the head here at the bottom. You can see Starscream down here. And he goes, there can only be one Combaticon. Like, basically, there's can only be, he says, Combatner. Like, Transformers coming together to make one big one. So there can only be one of those, and you ain't it, Bruticus. You ain't it. You ain't it. It's so good. He freaking gives him an RKO, man. It's freaking awesome. And you got Starscream like right here. Like, what the heck is going on behind me? I love it, dude. I love it. Combatner. That's what he said. Yeah, I can't. It's like I gotta like. Can only be one Combatner. That it's so freaking good. It's so good. Hey, my son's in chat. Jay's half Haitian son for $1. Miss these G1s. Got to try these comics out. My recommendation is go to Amazon right now and get Volume 1. It's not that expensive. Transform. Make sure this is on the cover and you're not getting some weird stuff. You can get Volume 1. It's got the first 12, I think. It's got the first 12. We haven't even gotten to the Starscream Soundwave fight. We'll get into that on the next one. Is it 12? 12 or 13? Man, Prime just goes through it, dude. Prime just goes through it. Oh, is it 6? Okay, 6. Never mind. 1 through 6. 1 through 6. My bad. Here I'm like 12, 13. Yeah. I think that's that could be the easiest way to get through it if you wanted to see it. And then if you like it, like that's the thing. If you go through the volume and you enjoy it, you could go on eBay and get like the special covers. They've got like 10 different covers for each one because these things sell so well. They sell amazing. So anyway. All right, first Transformers stream is in the tank. I did a lot of showing off. Won't do that forever moving forward. But I hope you guys liked it. I loved it. Get this Transformer stuff out of my soul. We've got other videos to go through as well, not just the comic book ones, but there's some great stuff out there. Hold on, let's see. Like a whole video about Starscream and like his rise and fall. It's just there's such good stuff. When we get to this video, let's see. I got to download some of these clips. This is like 7 minutes. Maybe we'll show one more. Was I muted for a second? I might have hit a button. This is from the movie, dude. Jay, do I need to read any other runs before I understand the Skybound? Nah, man, it's a brand new thing. Starts right off. Nope. You can start with volume 1. Freaking Rodimus Prime.
I would have waited an eternity for this. It's over, Prime. Never!
Hold on, we gotta get to the most savage scene ever. Hold on. You want to know how dumb Soundwave is? Sorry, I just gotta say it. Here's Soundwave carrying Megatron. Right? Soundwave carrying Megatron, his leader.
The Decepticons are retreating.
Prime did it. He turned the tide.
All right. Then we get in here.
Train has requested that we lighten our burden.
In that case, I say it is survival of the fittest.
Do I hear a second on that?
That's Soundwave votes. Soundwave votes to get rid of Megatron. First he saved him. Then he's like, yeah, I gotta go. This movie is so screwed up. I hate it. It made Soundwave dumb. Soundwave wouldn't be that dumb. Soundwave would be loyal to Megatron, even like if he's messed up. Then Astro Train, who's in freaking space, says it's too heavy in here. That's so dumb. It's so stupid. But the best thing ever is like right here.
Oh, how it pains me to do this.
Wait, I still function.
Wanna bet?
That's so G. Wanna bet? He gets him though. He gets him. He gets King Starscream.
My fellow Decepticons, as your new leader, I
don't want them to like I don't want them to like take the stream down. We've had such a good time. Freaking blast Starscream.
Sean, is that you?
Here's a hint.
It was at this point in the theater, I was like, it's over, man. It's over. And you want to know what's crazy? Hold on, this is for another day. The rest of the Decepticons you never see again. You never see Soundwave anymore. You don't see any of these people anymore. You never see them. They went right into the new characters, which makes this movie so stupid all around. And then all of a sudden, the outcry of us, we were like, this is dumb. They brought back all the old guys. They brought back freaking Starscream as a ghost. It was so dumb. Anyway, I'm glad Skybound has I'm glad they did it. Yeah, they ended up in season 3 as background characters. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'll see you. I don't know when I'll see you for the next Transformers stream, but I'm going to try to make this a thing. So thanks for the love, everybody. Go support other people. I know there's a lot of great streams out there. A lot.